Hare Krishna, everyone. My name is Kavya Budhiraja, and welcome back to Being Krishna Conscious. Kirtaniya mato balyad harir naam eva kevalam. It is very important to teach your children about spirituality, regarding the spiritual education when they are of a tender age. But why is it really important? Why do we need to inculcate spiritual values in children from their childhood? Well, to discuss this, we have with us His Grace Sumukha Prabhuji. Prabhuji, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Yeah, a big thanks to you as well for choosing me. So, definitely the question which she has asked, it's $1 million question because with the human form of life, it is essential to understand who we are, from where we're coming from, and where we're gonna go. So the whole challenge begins when the child is in the age of 5. Before that, I just wanted to narrate to you. I'm Sumukha Das, born and brought up in Mauritius, and I'm a civil engineer by professions. And I joined in 1990. Spending 3-4 years in Mauritius, I shifted to India in '94. Since then, I've been moving around internationally. I got a chance to serve Gopal Krishna Maharaj. His was Gopal Krishna Maharaj, my spiritual master, for almost 6 years. I was president in different temples for many years. Now I'm a professional counselor and I'm trying to serve in the ISKCON Dwarka, where there is a big need. So yeah, come back to the point. Why it is needed? Why it is essential? Khelne kudne ka samay hai. Why then? So the whole idea Prabhupada mentioned about it, he said this is very essential because this is a time where when things are being given to the children, they become very, 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 I would say, alert and cautious about it. The example could be given. Just like someone is building a house. While building a house, you would find there was a base, and the base is very essential. Now you see when the house is being built, when come to the point of plastering, beautification, you would find there's many elements is being mixed together, like the sands and the cement and many other stuff as well. So when it is like when it is watery, so this is where they give a shape. If you want to give a shape, a round shape, square shape, or whatever shape that will be, and after that is being dried up, that becomes solid. That remains kind of eternally, kind of long lasting. Similarly, the age of 5 is an age where it is very tender. It is very like a watery. So this is where the shape need to be given. And once a shape is being given, then definitely this is where you would find children's around are being basically with a certain quality within themselves. Should it be detrimental to society or should it be productive and helpful for the society? So,
That's a very beautiful approach, Prabhuji. So, in today's era, wherein material education has actually, taken over the entire spiritual education concept, how can we take practical steps, or what could be the practical approach to inculcate these spiritual values in today's children, so to speak?
yeah, it's a nice question again. I think you're brilliant. The question is just amazing. And I'm sure people will be highly benefited with this
Right.
answer. So, like, let's reflect upon our Vedic technology, like Ramayana, when
Hmm.
Ramchandra and other brother were being sent to the Gurukul.
Yes.
So then, the guru was giving very high philosophy and all the technicality, but the mother, Guru Mata, gave something wonderful. Where the Guru Sakal objected, and he realized, yeah, let me give something to make them a manhood, but you should give something that emotion also should be
That
inculcated in.
tenderness or that
Tenderness,
softness.
exactly. So then the whole discussion based upon this is what we are talking about. It's fortunate, unfortunate. I would not say anything about it, but keep it in mind we're being bombarded by the Western culture. With due respect, I'm a civil engineer, so I have done that as well. But with due respect, if we say, for example, children are getting academic education, which is required in today's day, because if there's no education as such, children will be kind of, people say it about it, backward,
Hmm.
but it is not the term exactly. But unfortunately, it's being portrayed as such.
Yes.
I would want all the father and the mother to look upon it. If there's no culture, if there's no ethics, if there's no morality, we would find the children will become a havoc, become a detrimental aspect in the society, which we
Hmm.
could see today. Even the mother and the father would say, "Tum mar kyun nahi gaya janam lete hue?" It is so saddening to hear something parents talks about the children. Why? Because there hasn't been something which is important, which is known as Garbhadhan Sanskar. What is
Yes.
Garbhadhan Sanskar? Which is 16 different purificatory process in the society, which is unknown to people. Why? Because we've been bombarded by the so-called Western culture. We have lost the value. Keep it in mind, all over the world, people are embracing, adopting, and kissing this wonderful culture. Why? Because they realize it. With no Vedic culture, life is just animalistic. Keep it in mind. We want our children's, your children, to be, on a height of the education and achieve something in society. But at the same time, that Vedic culture, with due respect, all the major university are basically adopting. Even in Oxford University, Bhagavad Gita is accepted as a textbook. So keep
Jai.
it in mind. Inculcating Vedic culture in our life doesn't make us lesser.
Prabhuji, my last question to you is, not everybody could adhere this path of celibacy, or not everybody can become a brahmachari.
Right,
So, is there any possibility of, getting educated about the spiritual with along with the material subjects simultaneously?
right, right. Indeed, it is essential because if you look upon any gurukulas, they've been given material education or
Really?
academic education. Yeah, look upon today's day, we got to know about fiery weapon, a missile.
Hmm.
But could you believe it? It's just shocking news. Arjuna knew about this subject matter. Arjuna. Arjuna didn't even know fiery weapon. He was also known about watery weapon, airy weapon. He released an
Is
arrow.
it all written in our Vedic
Oh, yes,
scriptures?
yes, yes. Please go through. We have Mahabharat. And the whole description has been given how Arjuna, he was so perfect about his this, military arts.
Yes.
And then because the mantra, he learned the mantra because Krishna guided him time to time to meet with a specific personality who was empowered by these kind of arts. And then Arjuna mastered these arts. And then he was able, release an arrow, he make the enemy fight among themselves. Could you believe this?
Wow. That's
Just an
incredible.
arrow among the enemy and an arrow being shoot, and then the enemy will fight among themselves, and Arjuna would just stand and laugh. He say, "Don't mess with me because I'm a Vedic culture person." So definitely, there's no doubt about it. We can club things together. We could have academic education
Hmm.
and the base of spiritual education. The mother and the father, you would definitely be amazed when you see your sons and daughter having this culture, because this culture will definitely, as a statement goes, you protect your dharma, the dharma will protect you. So
Right.
keep this in mind. This is very, very, very essential.
Dharmo rakshati rakshataha.
Rakshata,
Right.
exactly, exactly. ISKCON organization is meant for that. When I was not joined, I was look upon Krishna consciousness something and say, why this society are just like making these youngsters to become someone which is of no value. But when I got to know about it, when I'm into it, I say, well, this value, if it is not there, then the whole society become animalistic
Yes.
society. So here we go. We were just catching each other's on the path, but I believe and I hope that this message would reach you in a healthy manner and that can be inculcated and then get the full benefit of it. Here you go. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So, yes, everyone. So, a very beautiful principle we can see over here, that you can inculcate spiritual values even while studying your material subjects. So, that's a good news for all of you. Thank you all for joining us. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.